Well, hello everyone and welcome back. So what's on tap for today? Well, I've got a reaction video to the Young Turks Investigate. That's right. They're investigating Marjorie Tayler Greene when she was questioning the comptroller. This is the person that controls the purse strings for the United States of America. This is the guy that should know where every freaking penny is going to. And guess what? They go right after her, as you can see. Look at this. This is from the TYT Investigates video clip. Marjorie Greene baffles committee witness with insane questions. So it's an insane question now, folks, to ask somebody, why were the PPP funds, right? The pandemic funds, this huge amount of funds that was supposed to be given to Americans that needed it, businesses to stay afloat, to pay people, all that. But instead, it turned into a slush fund for the Democratic Party, basically, to give out to anybody on their dole. And we're going to get into all of that with my reaction to this clip. We're going to do that in the next few seconds. But if this is the first time you're tuning in, hey, you're watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I'm your guest host. My name is Dr. Nasir. Subscribe to the channel, like, share, and follow us. Hit that notification bell. Let's get to this video and let's take it apart right now.
Mr. Dodaro, can you tell me how much money was given to Drag Queen Story Hour?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Who?
Drag Queen Story Time, where men dress up as women and read confusing books to children.
Yeah, first, I thought you said dry clean.
Mr. Dodaro, can you tell me how much COVID cash went to CRT?
CRT?
Critical race theory in education. It's a racist curriculum used to teach children that somehow their white skin is not equal to black skin and other things in education.
Yeah. No, I do not know that.
Marjorie Greene had her first ever line of questioning at the House Oversight Committee, and it was chaotically pathetic.
So it's chaotically pathetic, right? It's chaotically pathetic to ask the comptroller of the United States of America, hey, why were PPP dollars being directed to Drag Queen Story Hour? Why were PPP funds being directed, to other places where they shouldn't have been directed to? Let's go back over that. I think it's just, and then he just said, when she said for CRT, he has no clue as to what CRT is. She has to tell him critical race theory. He has no clue. He must have misheard, because in his mind, it's probably not even registering with him. I feel sad for this guy in a way, because, obviously, but the thing is that he just, this is a whole bloated bureaucracy, deep state that's inside there. I know he's in charge of it, but he's really not in charge. He has no clue. He's got the people underneath him. They're doing everything. All the directives are coming, from the DNC and from every place else, from every woke institute that's out there that's got their, tentacles into this huge, never-ending fund of money. It's not the government's money. How many damn times do we have to tell people that? It's the people's money. The government has no money. They confiscate it from the people through taxes. And then they do whatever the hell they want with it, which is one of these things. Let's go back real quick. I want to go back to the beginning so you can hear it again. Because the TYT guy here, he's actually saying, oh, this was just her first time questioning. She just doesn't know what she's doing. How in the world can she be asking these questions? These are just stupid questions. No, they're not. These are absolutely pertinent questions. And you know what? For TYT, it says the Young Turks. They ought to be called the Yellow Turkeys. These guys wouldn't know an investigation if it hit them in the face. These guys are so left of progressives. These are leftists. These are socialists. These are Marxists. These guys, some of the things, Cenk Uyger, oh my God, you want to talk about someone being on the left? He's so far left that if he gains any more weight, he's going to fall off. Let's go back to the beginning and let's see this again. And look at what they say here. Marjorie Greene baffles committee. Baffles committee witness. Yeah, with insane questions. Oh, he was baffled, all right, but the questions are not insane. These are perfectly sane. To any normal thinking person, they're sane questions. But to any insane thinking person, yeah, obviously they're insane questions. Let's hear this again. Just hear it for yourself.
How much money was given to Drag Queen Story Hour?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Who?
Drag Queen Story Time, where men dress up as women and read confusing books to children.
First, I thought you said dry clean.
Mr. Dodaro, can you tell me how much COVID cash went to CRT?
CRT?
Critical race theory in education. It's a racist curriculum used to teach children that somehow their white skin is not equal to black skin and other things in education.
Yeah. No, I do not know that.
Marjorie Greene had her first ever line of questioning at the House Oversight Committee, and it was chaotically pathetic. During a hearing on federal pandemic spending, Greene immediately dived into pure right-wing talking points straight from Fox News.
Can you tell me, as our comptroller of the United States, how much COVID cash was given to abortion?
I do not know that answer. I don't have that.
Doesn't have the answer. You can go back and find out. She's going to tell him the answer or whatever, but the TYT, what do they say? Oh, the right-wing talking points from Fox News. Okay? When did Fox News... I don't think Fox News is right-wing. I think they're left of center. And going left, folks, except for a couple of shows on there, like Tucker and Sean and Laura. And even sometimes on those shows, okay, not so much as Tucker, but some of the others, sometimes you're wondering what's going on. But, TYT saying, so what? And as if MSNBC or NBC or CBS or ABC or any of the other alphabet networks or the media mafia cartels, as if they don't take the freaking left-wing talking points from the DNC and they don't spout those off every time? See, that's the difference. TYT, I would be willing to be listening and taking you more at your word if you were to say, you know what? Okay, so they took their talking points from Fox News. Well, guess what? We take our talking points from MSLSD. We take our talking points from, NBC. We take our talking points from Joy the Bigoted Reed. We take our talking points from Don the Lemon Lemonade. That's what we take. We take our talking points from the Cartel News Network, CNN. Give us a balance. Give us, hey, if I'm taking some points, I'll take them from some conservative sites, of course. But I'm telling you ahead of time. That's where I'm from. My views, my viewpoints, they're coming conservative. We are conservative. We are America first. We're for pro-America agenda. We're pro-Trump. We're Trump in 2024 or way before, right? All right, let's continue with this.
An answer.
Oh, okay. So I can tell you Planned Parenthood clinics received $80 billion in COVID relief loans.
$80 billion!
Which is hard to understand how that happened. Mr. Dodaro, can you tell me how much money COVID cash went towards diversity, equity, and inclusion or racism issues?
Again, we have not looked at that issue, so I don't know.
Oh, geez. Well, I can tell you the Pennsylvania Humanities Council did receive $1.4 million in relief and used it for equity and geographic diversity.
What the hell is equity and geographic diversity? 1.4 million went to a school district or a school for equity and geographic diversity? What the hell is that? That's not what that COVID cash was supposed to be used for. All Marjorie Greene is trying to do is get an accounting so that, let the American people know, hey, where's the slush fund going to? That's all I want to know. Where is this huge $1 trillion slush fund going to? Because obviously it's already gone. It's been spent. There's nothing that we can do about it. It's our hard-earned tax dollars that have been confiscated by the government through taxation and then given to these companies. Most of them woke, most of them liberal, most of them progressives. Millions and millions, billions of dollars being given. And yet TYT, the Young Turk Investigates. Oh, yeah, they're investigating. They're saying that Marjorie Tayler Greene, she's the insane person for bringing up the questions just to ask to say, where'd the money go to? Where'd that COVID cash go to? I just want to know.
Not sure how that helped in a pandemic time.
And when I say straight from Fox News, I literally mean right from Fox News.
Good.
Look at this headline of an article published the day before the hearing and compare it with their question.
That's what they're saying. The TYT guy is saying, compare this with their question. She basically wanted to know, hey, Mr. Comptroller, you're the guy that knows, you're the one with the purse strings. You should be able to tell me, where does every penny, where does every dollar go in the United States of America through this COVID cash slush fund? Where did it go to? And I just want to know, do you know how much money went to CRT? Do you know how much went to Drag Queen Story Hour? Oh, and then Fox News has this, well, whoop-de-freaking-do. Pennsylvania paid thousands in the ARP funds to organize the Now, you tell me, what the hell did that have to do with the pandemic? Huh? What the hell does money being given to promote Queer Story Hour for kids at Genderqueer Art Party? How the hell should my tax dollars be funding that during the pandemic? That's BS. That's garbage. That's a slush fund. And TYT wants us to think they're investigating the story. That's BS. The yellow turkeys.
Mr. Dodaro, can you tell me how much money was given to Drag Queen Story Hour?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Who?
Drag Queen Story Time, where men dress up as women and read confusing books to children.
First, I thought you said dry clean. So I'm sorry. No, I don't know the answer to either one of those two.
We need to look into this, and I urge you to do that. Bradbury Sullivan LGBT Community Center in Pennsylvania received $16,000 for Drag Queen Story Time.
There's a place in Pennsylvania, the Bradbury Sullivan LGBTQIA plus MOUSE Community Center. They got $16,000. Now, in the $1 trillion slush fund of this COVID cash boondoggle, which is there only for the Democratic Party. Yes, I mean, listen, a lot of people got it. There were a lot of Republicans that got this thing too. And listen, if there were Republican entities that got money that weren't for specific reasons because of the pandemic and use it for pandemic reasons, to pay for workers, to pay for supplies, to pay for whatever it needed to keep business afloat, or to whatever it was needed in terms of, to pay for whatever, food, rent, heat, clothes, whatever. If it was used for those purposes, then I have no problem with that whatsoever. But I don't care if you're right. I don't care if you're on the left. I don't care if you're in the middle. I don't care whether you're white, yellow, green, blue, brown, red, black. It doesn't matter. I don't care what ethnicity you are. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what color you are. I don't care if you're, male or female, or you're whatever, you're pansexual, bisexual, trisexual. I don't give a crap about that. If you use the money for the right purposes because you were suffering because of what happened during the pandemic, and this was the government that did this to us, subjugated its citizens, its peoples to the lockdowns, they attributed to businesses being closed, to jobs being lost, to everything, every debacle, everything that happened bad was attributed to the government lockdowns. If you're utilizing that for the right fund, the funds for the rightful purpose of whatever it was used for, perfectly fine. If you're on the left, if you're on the right, you're in the middle, whatever it is, and you use it for things like this, if you use it for right-wing causes that had nothing to do with the pandemic, hey, we want that. We're talking about you as well, too. Let's continue.
From COVID cash. I think this is an issue that needs to be looked into. A lot of this money went to things that should have never gone to.
While Greene was busy scrolling through right-wing news outlets to prepare questions for the hearing, other members on the panel prepared actual questions that matter to their constituents. Listen to what newly elected progressive Summer Lee had to say and compare it with Greene's nonsense.
And here we
Oh, let's now talk about Summer Lee, the progressive. And of course, she just happens to be black, right? So, of course, now this changes the story completely because Marjorie Tayler Greene, she's female. Oh, that doesn't matter. You know why? Because she's white. So, oh, it's white supremacy. Oh, it's white privilege. Oh, she's on the right. Oh, she's a Republican. Oh, she's a conservative. Oh, she's a Trump supporter. Oh. But of course, Miss Lee, according to TYT, the Yellow Turkeys, she is going to be asking sane, concise, precise questions about where this money is going to. If you think that's true, hey, I bet you that I could get you a loan on the COVID cash for some land that's out in the Pacific Ocean. Just write into us. I'll let you know about it, okay? But send your cash to me first. Let's see what Ms. Lee has to say. Let's see the same questions coming out of Ms. Lee, black progressive woman. Don't even know. Can we say that? I don't know. Maybe she's not a woman. Maybe she's a man. I don't know. Today she's dressing like a woman. Who knows these days?
We are the very first hearing of the Oversight Committee to criticize critical unemployment benefits from a global pandemic. Every single day, I heard over and over and over the desperate calls of folks unable to access food banks, people facing the risk of homelessness, folks literally contemplating suicide, unable to eat or work.
And whose fault is that, Miss Lee? It's your party's fault. It's the Democrats' fault. It's the progressives' fault. Hey, you know what? The Yellow Turkeys, it's part of your fault too, right? You all wanted this. You wanted the lockdowns. You wanted the vaccine mandates. You wanted the masks. You wanted to do everything, right? You wanted to basically tell Americans, hey, this is what you're going to do, damn it. Wear that damn mask. Get that damn jab. Stay inside your home. Keep your kids at home. Lock up. Stay in. That's it. Party is over. You're the one that caused this. And if you're the one that caused the problem, and you're, again, like I said, money is going for the rightful purposes, right, left, center, doesn't matter, okay, fine. But Ms. Lee, you know as well as I do, the money went for a bunch of different places, a bunch of different causes, a bunch of different organizations that had nothing, absolutely zip, zero, zilch, nada to do with being affected by the pandemic. They just played the system and got their grubby little hands on this slush fund, which was put in place by the Democratic Party and the establishment.
Every call was a real Pennsylvanian, a real person whose literal lives relied on the same benefits my colleagues see fit to criticize this morning. When the benefits were ended in September of 2021, there were 174,572 people receiving the pandemic emergency UC and 387,932 people receiving the pandemic unemployment assistance in the Pittsburgh metro area. The pandemic relief was literally the difference between life and death for my community and communities all over the country. So focused on...
Yeah, life and death at an LGBTQ center. Life and death. It was just life or death if they didn't get this COVID cash slush fund. Oh, it was life and death if CRT wasn't being taught. That white skin or black skin or brown skin, you know, you're an oppressor, you're the oppressed. That was a life and death situation. Oh, and you know where it was life and death situation is where they're given the $80 billion were given to Planned Parent abortion murder clinics. You want to talk about life and death situations? That's where the life and death situations were occurring. That $80 billion that was being spent to give to these clinics that caused the abortion, the deaths of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of babies. That's a life and death situation, Ms. Lee. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. We're going to do more of these because the more I look and watch what the Young Turks, or what I call the yellow turkeys, do, I'm telling you folks, these guys are absolutely delusional lunatics. So we're going to get more of these reaction videos of these people. We're going to put them out there, and we're going to basically, you know what? Put the fire out. That's right, folks. That's what we're going to do. Anyways, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I've been your guest host. My name is Dr. Nasir. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, like, share, and follow us. Let your comments below. Put them down there. Let us know what you think. Hey, tell us what you really think about the TYTs and what other name or what can we have that TYT acronym stand for. All right, let's put it down there. Hit that notification bell. I'll leave you with my final thought, which is when you're right, you're right, and I always am. And when you're left, you're wrong, just like the yellow turkeys. Well, take care, folks. We'll see you again.